everyone, I'm here at the Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today we're going to be reading 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 8, reading through chapter 4 verse 6. We've already started Psalm 119. Well, we haven't because we haven't been here for a few days, but they have. So we know Psalm 119 is a very long psalm, but we are starting together with Psalm 119 verses 65 through 80. And then we'll be reading Proverbs chapter 28, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 14. Okay. So, let me get down here. Okay, so in 1 Peter today, we'll be reading about suffering for doing good and living for God. I hope you guys all had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday, by the way. Let me know in the comments below how your guys' Thanksgiving was. Ours was good. Okay, suffering for doing good. Finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil, or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because to this you were called, so that you may inherit a blessing. For whoever would love life and see good days must keep their tongue from evil and their lips from deceitful speech. They must turn from evil and do good. They must seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. Who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are still blessed. Do not fear their threats. Do not be frightened. But in your hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. Like, let's say you're in the hospital, you're miserable. You are miserable. They're treating you bad in there. You're not allowed to see no one. And you feel miserable, but yet you are still so happy and nice to everyone in there. And they're like, look at all what's wrong with you and everything. And, you know, everything that's going on. How do you stay so happy and positive all the time? And then you can tell them the reason why. It's the Lord. And you just share the Lord with somebody. Let's see. Let's see here. See, I lost my place by speaking. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a clear conscience, so that those who speak maliciously against your good behavior in Christ may be ashamed of their slander. For it is better, if it is God's will, to suffer for doing good than for doing evil. For Christ also suffered once for sins, the righteous for the unrighteous, to bring you to God. He was put to death in the body, but made alive in the spirit. If you have to suffer like we suffer here on this earth, what we go through, still be positive that you know the Lord, you love the Lord loves you, and you know where you're going when something happens to you. And share the Lord with everybody. Like, why are you still so, how can they be so happy? Look at their life's falling apart. Nothing we say to them is making them feel bad. somebody trying to ruin your life, but the worse you are to them, you're not mean to them, and you still act happy. It makes them crazy. And it's because of the Lord you do that. Because God's got your back. He's not going to give you more than you can handle. And remember, Jesus also suffered. You're not alone. Jesus also suffered when he was here. He suffered a lot. So, are we any better? And we know where we're going to go. Let them see us being happy, and hopefully it'll bring them to Jesus as well. After being made alive, he went and made proclamation to the imprisoned spirits, to those who were disobedient long ago when God waited patiently in the days of Noah while the ark was being built. In it, only a few people, 8 in all, were saved through water. And this water symbolizes baptism that now saves you also, not the removal of dirt from the body, but the pledge of a clear conscience toward God. Amen. That was still and still is the happiest day of my life. The day I was baptized. And the devil tried so hard to get me not to do it. And I'm glad I stuck to it and did it. Because like I said, it's still the happiest day of my life. I highly recommend that you get baptized. When you feel it in your heart to do so, of course. But yeah, 8 people in the ark. That was Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and their wives. And then 2 of all the animals, of course, male and female. Okay. And Jesus was baptized, by John the Baptist in the River Jordan. John the Baptist is like, no, Lord, I'm not able to tie your sandals. And Jesus is like, let it be so now. Because he needed to be baptized, he said, let it be so now. So John did it, and Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River by John the Baptist, son of Elizabeth and Zachariah. Okay. It saves you by the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who has gone into heaven and is at God's right hand with angels, authorities, and powers in submission to him. Therefore, since Christ suffered in his body, arm yourselves also with the same attitude, because whoever suffers in the body is done with sin. As a result, they do not live the rest of the earthly lives for evil human desires, but rather for the will of God. For you have spent enough time in the past doing what pagans chose to do, living in debauchery, lust, drunkenness, orgies, carousing, and detestable idolatry. They are surprised that you do not join them in their recklessness, wild living, and they heap abuse on you. We know how that is, being made fun of for not wanting to do bad things, don't we, sure? For being Bible thumpers instead. And that's by family members. And that's God's honest truth. But they will have to give account to him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. For this is the reason the gospel was preached, even to those who are now dead, so that they might be judged according to human standards in regard to the body, but live according to God in regard to the Spirit. Amen. Good reading in 1 Peter today. And that's where we're stopping with 1 Peter, guys. Today is my granny's birthday. So happy birthday to my granny. She's in heaven. She passed away when I was 16. She died of cancer. She had cancer many times. It's really sad what she had to go through in her last days. But today's her birthday, and she's celebrating it in heaven. My aunt said 94 or 95 years old today. It's like, oh my God. She died when she was in her 60s. Sometimes it seems like it's been so long, which it has. It has. She's in her 90s. We're celebrating her 94th or 5th birthday today. And I'm sorry about that. I forgot to turn the do not disturb thing on. I've been getting these spam calls for days. And it's just other days it seems like it was yesterday, you know, when someone's passed away. Let me turn that on real quick, because if not, they'll keep bothering us. I have to do this every day. When you give your number out to somebody online or something, then they give it to everybody, and then they just start calling here with every stupid little thing. I'm sorry, I thought I'd already turned it off. I guess I forgot. It'll only take a second once I get there. Come on. So happy birthday to my granny in heaven. Her name is Lucy, by the way, Lucy. Go to Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb. And it's on. Okay. There. Should be good now. So now let's go to Psalm 119 and read verses 65 through 80. Okay, text says, "Do good to your servant according to your word, Lord. Teach me knowledge and good judgment, for I trust your commands. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I obey your word. You are good, and what you do is good. Teach me your decrees. Though the arrogant have smeared me with lies, I keep your precepts with all my heart. Their hearts are callous and unfeeling, but I delight in your law. It was good for me to be afflicted, so that I might learn your decrees. The law from your mouth is more precious to me than thousands of pieces of silver and gold." Amen. Me as well. It is worth more than silver, gold, and jewels, and everything. And Yod says, "Your hands made me and formed me," all of us. "Give me understanding to learn your commands. May those who fear you rejoice when they see me, for I have put my hope in your word. I know, Lord, that your laws are righteous, and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me, and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me. May your unfailing love be my comfort, according to your promise to your servant. Let your compassion come to me, that I may live, for your law is my delight. May the arrogant be put to shame for wronging me without cause, but I will meditate on your precepts. May those who fear you turn to me, those who understand your statutes. May I wholeheartedly follow your decrees, that I may not be put to shame." Amen. And that's where we are stopping today with Psalm 119. And we are ending today's Bible reading with Proverbs chapter 28, verse 14, which says, "Blessed is the one who always trembles before God." Fear the Lord. "But whoever hardens their hearts falls into trouble." Whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. Alright guys, that was our Bible reading. I hope it touched your hearts. For our prayer requests, I need to make a list. Please keep Rhonda Karshner in your prayers. Mom's back's hurting really, really bad, which it scares me because I'm afraid, where she had breast cancer, that it might have went through. So please pray that that's not why. Please pray that she doesn't have cancer back, that it's just a backache for some reason. But her back's been hurting for a few days now, really bad. It was hurting really bad yesterday when her and Jimmy came here for Thanksgiving dinner. So please keep her in prayer. Please pray for Cindy and Jim Welsh, Dora Carper. Please pray for Layla and her son Emil. Layla, I don't know if you're going to be able to watch this or not, but I seen Layla's posting that I seen on her Facebook today was that she's in the hospital, and she was saying something about her wounds and stuff, and that she's going to be in a hospital, I think a few more days. I don't know what's going on. Layla, let me know what's going on. Message me if you can, if you see this. So please pray for Layla. She's in the hospital, so please keep her in your prayers. Please pray for Sherm. He's got bad shoulder pain. The doctor has already called the surgeon, which I need to call them, because we need to cancel for now because Sherm's not ready to do it. They want to do surgery now, and we can't because we need somebody to go with us, to be with me, to push me around, is what the holdup is, and that's hard to get somebody to go. So, and he's having a lot of pain in his stomach, which I need to call the stomach doctor as well. So I need to do that when I get off here. So, let's see. Please pray for Heather Whitting, Abby and Jimmy Myers. Jimmy's throat's doing better, I guess, where he had surgery, but his ears are still hurting. I don't know. Please keep him in your prayers. Please pray for Donna Dunlap. They heard from the doctor the other day, and the cancer has went all through her. Please keep her and her family in your prayers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.